They don't put in work like me. They ain't in the dirt like me. They don't get the hurt like me. They don't put in work like me. Yeah, they don't put in work like me. Check the receipts. They ain't in the dirt like me. Check the receipts. They don't get the hurt like me. Check the receipts. They don't put in work like me. Hey, young and I'm reckless, you old and defective.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of I-Konick interviews. Today we have Mr. Only Vibes in the building, Skilly Waves. Yo, how's things, man?
I'm highly blessed and highly favored, my guy. How you doing?
Shoot, I'm good, man. Chilling. So, first things first, who is Skilly Waves?
Skilly Waves is a nefarious ninja from the depths of Antarctica.
Oh shit!
No,
Oh shit!
Nah,
right.
man, I'm just a regular ass person with a big appetite for life, bro.
Oh yeah, okay. So, what's behind the name Skilly Waves? How did that come about?
Behind the name Skilly Waves, it's not a whole lot to it, dude, to keep it a buck with you. It's really just skills. I kind of always had that as like a thing amongst like friends or like family members or whatever, just because I was quick to like pick something up real quick or learn something real quick. So it's like, oh, you got natural skills, you got skills to this and that, blase blase.
Yeah.
The funny part was I've, in reference to that, everybody's always kind of called me Skilly for short. I don't know how that's shorter than skills, but at some point, I was like always running with the Skilly thing forever. My homie actually, shout out A Gutter. He's native from Chicago, and then he used to say like wave after everything. Like
okay.
For a fat minute, it was like his like little slang. He'd be like, wave this or that's wavy or blah 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 blah.
For sure.
And I remember one time we were in it was like a long ass studio session we had, and I feel like I just like really sauced on the verse or whatever. And I remember getting out and he was like, Skilly motherfucking Waves.
Oh shit!
And then it just like stuck in my head. I was like, that's smooth. It just like rolled off real cool.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it. Like I said, I just kind of ran with that after that, because forever I was running. I used to go by Young Skills, and then I feel like I hit a point where I was like, I don't want to run with the whole Young moniker forever. So
Gotcha.
At some point, like I said, the whole Skilly thing was already there. And then when we threw the wave in the mix, or when I threw the wave in the mix, that's when I was like, okay, cool. I felt like I just, as an artist, I kind of just entered like a different little like version of myself, or like evolution or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah.
Nice. So what was the defining moment or time that got you into music? What brought you into it?
I don't think I have a defining moment, bro, to be honest. I just have always been intrigued by music in general. Just like, I feel like actually I think Ace said it in his, it's like the backbone to society or something like that.
Oh god. Yeah.
I feel like it definitely, if you don't have if we didn't have music, if we didn't have like art, if we didn't have creative expression, then what would we be really? Like just a bunch of blobs or something, just existing in space and stuff like that. Shit,
I've never stopped and actually thought about like where we'd be without the art forms.
It's like it'd be like everything else. Like I guess, for example, music right now. Let's say somebody started something, then it's never gonna stay the same. It's always gonna continually change, continually grow, depending on the new perspective applied to it, or the new perspective. So let's say 5 people are looking at this beat in a certain way, and let's say you bring a singer into the mix and they got a whole new melody or cadence or something that like the rapper dudes might have not even thought about. Or let's say you add a second engineer or producer in the mix, and then those guys are like, hey, what if we do this to the beat, or what if we do that? Like, just the whole concept of something being like yay little could be like can evolve into like a bigger idea.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I space off and get too like off topic, bro, let me know, because I'll be smoking and just talking.
No, we're good, man. That's what this whole thing's for. Shit, yeah. Who would you say are your biggest artistic influences?
Artistic influences? I honestly, I don't have like a corny, like, or not corny, but like a cliche answer of like some famous person.
Okay.
I really kind of find a lot of inspiration amongst like my peers and people I choose to work with and stuff.
Sure.
like for example, shout out my boy AC, man. Like, he's like an artist that when I hear him drop something, it's like, it's too good that I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta go, maybe step up something I did, or it lights enough of a incentive for me to be like, nah, hold on, I got something for your ass too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he drops some fire shit, and then it's like, like I said, or other people too, like Ace stays consistent. Ace drops a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like people like that. Shout out Higher. Like people like that when I see that they got projects dropping, I get excited because I'm like, ooh, I'm curious to see what they got. And then, like I said, if they do have fire, which it's always like a guarantee, these cats do bring fire. So when you hear it, you're like I said, you can either, be the dude that gets all salty and feel some type of way, or you can be the artist that's like, okay, I see you, bro. Like, cool. Well, here, my turn. Chess moves. Let's go. You know
Shit,
what I mean?
yeah. So you're all for the friendly competition then?
Bro, I'm all for friendly competition, non-friendly competition. I'm just for competition, bro, because I feel like music in general got hella soft. Like, everybody's opinions is like I don't know, because I come from like hanging out and like roasting each other and like talking shit and like your mama this, your blah blah blah. So it's like if you're gonna get like that riled up by like some bars, then bro, do something else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like I look at it as like an athlete or something that's playing, that's practicing or playing the game. Like they're in your face, they're trying to break your composure. They're trying to one up you. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, at the end of the game, whether you win or lose, a true athlete or somebody that respects that craft, they're gonna shake your hand and call it a night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No animosity, no nothing after that. But nowadays, I don't know. We're just in a weird time. You can't say shit to nobody because everything's offensive.
Fair. Yeah. Players leave it on the field, and artists should leave it on the wax. Like, you don't bring the personal into it. It's all art.
Mm-hmm. There's never no point in mixing it. Like I said, because at the end of the day, here's my thing too. If you're a rapper and you're like waving that flag, you're telling me that you're down with the work, the craft, the everything that involved in it, not like just this singular lane of like, hey, I just make fun stuff, music, don't say nothing about me.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I feel like, or at least interactions I've had, a lot of those people are the ones that are like real quick or real loud to point fingers or judge or have opinions or hey this and hey that. But then as soon as you say one thing about them, it's like, oh hey man, you guys are being haters, you guys are this and that. It's like, no, dude, just it's like we said earlier, music's subjective. So if you don't want your art judged, then don't put it out.
Fair. Yeah.
Or like I said, figure something else out to do. Because if you can't take critique with like a grain of salt, then it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you really doing it? Because I know I like to create for myself. I don't need like somebody to like hand clap for me.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, if I did a whole record that I'm the only one privy to listen to it, then that's cool. Because I'm gonna listen the fuck out of it all day. You know what I mean? Because I put that together. I from start to finish put that. You know what I mean? Added the sauce, did the recording, wrote it out, heard the melodies, like that whole nine. So it's like something I'm proud of, and if nobody else is, that's cool. It doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah, that's similar to, I believe it was Tyler the Creator that I think this year had put out a post saying like it's weird for people to that do art to not put it out or not promote themselves because like it shows that you're not confident in yourself.
It's true, bro. I feel like this is just my opinion, right? I don't judge anybody either. But as an artist, I'm like, you never get to figure yourself out if you're just sitting on a bunch of unreleased content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's say you're a versatile artist, but your lane is more like melodic stuff.
Gotcha.
But you're too scared to put the melodic stuff out because you don't want to hear the backlash of it from like people that, and let's keep it real, maybe like the handful of people that liked your rap shit or that liked some hard stuff you did. Let's say you have like this untapped like potential crowd of listeners that are wanting to hear something like that. Unless say you do put it out and boom, that shit does way better than some rap shit you did.
Yep.
But like I said, you wouldn't have known that until you start. Like I'd say it's just like throwing paint at the wall, and then see what out of it makes the better picture. What makes the, like if you're an artist and you can record a lot of content, I feel like it's in your interest to just record it and put it out. Something doesn't hit, okay, fuck it, try something else. that didn't hit, okay, fuck it, keep doing it until you figure out what grabs motion, what people played more, what people like reposted more, what people commented to you more about.
True.
You know what I mean? But you'll never figure that out if you're sitting there being like those dudes that are like, hey, I got like 3 albums in a notebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, bro.
What's it doing? Yeah.
Like, whatever. On to the next subject, the conversation. It's like, I feel like artists need to get out of that, like, oh, everybody's gonna tear it down and break it apart and this and that. It's like, dude, fuck it. You know what you're doing. You chose to do this.
Yeah.
First of all, you chose to call yourself a creator. You chose to call yourself an artist. Blah blah blah. So it's like, learn to like take everything that comes with it, and critique is a big freaking part of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because some people are gonna like your stuff, and you can have a person right next to that same group of people and say they don't like your stuff. Does it change the value of your content? I don't think it does, because, like I said, somebody's gonna like something out of it differently. Not everybody's gonna take to the same thing and be like, oh yeah, 10 people in unison, we all like it because of this. It's gonna be 10 people, and I bet you 10 people will give you 10 different reasons as to why they liked it.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I just feel like as artists, I feel like people need to get out of that bad habit of, oh, I have all this unreleased content, or I have all this content that I haven't put out. I'm like, why haven't you put it out? Put it out.
Yeah.
Do something with it. Figure it out. And if you don't, figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's tough because especially if you're getting offended or you're kind of shook by people's critique at this local level. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you're going to handle it at the major level when people, there's millions of people coming and talking shit, commenting and this and that on your stuff.
Like,
You
learn
gotta
to tell
expect
your,
it.
like, learn to tell your homie he sucks if he sucks. Like,
That's
I'm
fair.
just gonna keep it a stack right there, bro. Like, that's I'm not gonna say it's a pet peeve, but it's like one of those like kind of things for me where it's like, not everybody in the crew should be a rapper.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the crew
Fair.
has a good verse. Or actually, here, let me rephrase that, because I've run into plenty of people with a great verse. Everybody has a great verse, but not a lot of people have great work ethic, have great artistry, have love for the craft, have dedication to be in a studio by yourself for like hours and hours, and like disregard all other like, human connections you might have, and just obsessed with the idea of like, hey, I gotta learn how to do this because I'm just so obsessed with this music thing, whatever this really is.
Yep.
But yeah, like I don't know, that's just me, bro.
No,
that's just
fair.
my take on it.
That's fair, man. Shoot. So, what forms of I guess not forms of art, but like what all within the music industry have you learned? 'Cause I know you know how to mix. You can write
like
like
the
a
technical
mother.
stuff?
Yeah, the technical.
So I started writing just on the artist perspective, and then I want to say like maybe like 5 years ago or so. Shout out my homie Fat Eddie in Twin Falls. He's the one he had a shack in the back of his house with an old studio setup.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I remember I asked him, I was like, this is around the time that I was kind of like trying to like figure out how to engineer my own stuff, because I had bought some equipment from a homie that was just kind of like hanging the shoes up with the music or whatever. So he gave me a really sweet deal on like the basic setup I had. And then after I got cool with that, that's when, like I said, I was like, I'm trying to figure out some more programs or some more stuff.
Yeah.
And then shout out my boy, because he let me just pretty much like camp out in his backyard for like 3 months straight. I was in there from like, I was working my regular job at that moment, so I would get off work anytime after 3:00, and I'd be over there right at 4:30, and I'd be there till like 1 in the morning.
Oh shit.
Like for like a whole summer straight, dude. Like I was like just getting it in, just trying to, I don't know, like I said, just tinker around and just try to learn what I thought I needed to learn, like music wise, and like composition and like structure, organization, technical sound, just stuff like that. So so yeah, I'm an artist and an engineer, self-taught, and then I would slash in there producer as well, because I've been in plenty of sessions and stuff like that, or I've had people come to me like for some direction or some input on songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that'd be the little label on my card: artist, engineer, producer.
And I seen you. You're looking into pivoting into DJing as well.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've just like, so for me, music's fun. But I definitely, after I started recording music, I feel like I got a bigger interest for everything outside of rap.
Okay.
Like rap became like I'm not gonna say boring, but it's like kind of bland compared to like everything else musically that's out there.
Gotcha.
Like to me, if I had the option to work with a rapper or to work with like a vocalist, I'd probably be more inclined with the vocalist.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Just because, like I said, no hate to the rapper, but it's like I feel like a vocalist, I'd have a bigger canvas of tools of stuff we could do and you know, put together. And like I said, to me now, I look at songs as like big canvases where I'm like, cool, now I can reach out to somebody and be like, hey man, I might need a hook here because I know this guy's vocal might sound good here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, I want like 2 people just spazzing on a badass rap or something. Here, I'm gonna tap in with the homie here. And it's cool that luckily I've had that mutual respect with everybody I reach out to and work with. When I hit them up, it's never not like too much of a cat and mouse kind of thing. It's like, hey man, I need a verse, and they already know. It's like if I got a dope beat, it's usually like 99% of the time from OK Deli.
Yep.
So shout out my boy. And if it's not, shout out my boy Sherm. It's a beat from him. So, but yeah.
Shit, yeah, okay.
Don't mind me. I think I'm getting cold as fuck over here.
Oh shit. We can kick this on. I'll cut out. All right, we're back. So we figured out your inspiration and all that. What motivates you? What's your biggest motivation for music to keep going in the music? Things like that.
I want to say my motivation is probably the fact that I can't ever say I'm like I perfected it.
Gotcha.
So like I said, back to just that comment of like being a creative that's like just obsessed with the process of like making something out of nothing.
Got
You know what I mean? Because it's like I feel like I grew up as an immigrant, so I was over here like illegal for like 21 years of my life.
Shit.
So it's like that whole like you know, like the get it out of the mud concept, the like work double hard for things that people just kind of get granted. You know, it's just like that that worker mentality of like, you know, having, you know, and then basically too having that perception, because it's like people look at us Mexicans or Latinos like, oh, you guys are just like, you know, we could put you guys in these few categories.
Yeah.
And it's like I like to be like consider myself like an anomaly. Like you can't really put me anywhere because I can pop up in anywhere and be cool. You know what I mean?
Shit. Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like, yeah, my motivation would be that. It's just that I can't ever. I'm reaching that level of, hey, you know, Super Saiyan God or something like, hey, I got here.
Hell yeah.
I'm here. We here. But in until then, until I figure that, if I get to that, it's just enjoying this process of like just continually like building this like arsenal of like memory intel and like just music knowledge and vibes and stuff like that. Just because there's one thing too I heard, can't remember where, but the whole I want to say it was maybe Nipsey in a Nipsey interview, but he said they can take everything from you physically, but you like your knowledge can never be stripped from you. Like
That's
they can't, you know, nobody could ever take your knowledge from you. So it's like little like life notes and things like that is like stuff, like I said, that I like to document to myself and be like, cool, that's more stuff I know. Some more stuff I know.
Yeah. Yeah, knowledge is power for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite time of day to create, man?
I'm an early bird, bro.
Oh, shit.
I'm an early bird, dude. Cause
For sure.
so I come from, like I said, I come from like all my life, like waking up early as hell to go to work. So now that I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where I work for myself and all that, and I get to pick my schedule and all that.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's stuck. That is just like my internal clock is like 5 o'clock, like 6 o'clock, 4 in the morning, like random stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like when I wake up refreshed, it's when I'm like, I wake up with like that burst of like fresh energy. So like if I sit down and I listen and try to create something, it's like, it feels like that to me. Like, you know, if I woke up like, man, you know, I feel like I gotta make some money today. Like I really gotta, you know, and I gotta pay some bills and this and that. Like my mood kind of gets like that. So my beat selection might fall into that. Like I need to get something to get me amp and up and going, or if I wake up and I'm like just real chill and mellow, like, hey, you know, I woke up and I appreciate like waking up today. Like I just want to do something like vibey, like, you know, just for somebody riding in their car. But yeah, definitely for me, I'd say morning. I can create throughout the day, but if somebody were to set a time and say, hey, you got to go pick your studio time, I'm definitely anything after 4 a.m. and before 10 o'clock.
Oh shit, okay. That's honestly surprising me, because a few times like that we've been in studios together, working together on projects, it's been typically late night.
Late night, yeah.
Yeah, so surprising, but all right.
No, I'm just workhorse with it, bro. Because like when it comes to this too, I've always said too, like, if I stay ready, I don't gotta get ready.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So like for me, it's always like I said, if I get invited to a studio with the homies or whatever, I'm really quick to be like, nah, because I don't like hanging out at a studio with just a bunch of rappers just to hang out.
Fair.
If I'm not being invited to partake, you know what I mean, respectfully, I usually am like, nah, I'm cool, bro, or like, you know, catch me on the, you know, I'll catch you the next time or whatever. Like I said, because for me, I like being in the studio, but I like being in the creative atmosphere of it, not like the hey, I'm just hanging out and making posts that I'm in the studio and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Fair, yeah. Like, you want to actually be doing something because you could just hang out at your house where you're comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. If I was gonna kick it, then I'd rather be at home, crisscross applesauce with no socks on, kicking it. You know what I mean?
Hell
like
yeah.
a blunt and some tea. That's
that.
my kind of kicking it.
Definitely feel that. How long have you been doing music, man? I know you since back in about 08, 07 when you were Young Skills, the LFH days.
Yeah, man, I've been doing music literally like most of my life. I want to say I started doing music in studios and around studios, bro. Probably like around like, or I want to say like 15, 16.
Okay.
I was actually the very first time I recorded in the studio. Shout out my boy Bones. Shout out my boy P Shorty from Untouchable. They're a group back in Twin Falls back in the day. And when they were doing their thing, I remember they had their studio set up at their house. So shout out my boy, because I actually, the very first time I recorded in the studio was back on floppy disks.
Oh shit.
So like you'd have a floppy disk and they had this whole, I can't remember what they're called now, but this big massive machine, and just you'd record your vocals, and it was really like back in the day, like, hey man, make sure you get this right, because we gotta go through another floppy disk if you mess this one up. So
yeah.
So yeah, I've been in a studio since back then, bro. And then I've been in like top end high studios, you know, soundboard, the whole nine, you know, vibes, atmosphere. I've been at tons of home studios. I've been in plenty of like basement studios. Like shit, I've even recorded in the car before.
Oh
you know
shit,
I mean?
okay.
It's just shit like that, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, like I said, if you're like about it, it's just, you can create everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't need the most expensive tools to create.
Facts.
So, speaking of like those days back there, when did you decide to go solo?
Shit, that's a good one. I think it was just like when I wanted to experiment with more, just different sounds. Cause I know when I was running with the homies, like I was doing more like backpack, like rapidy rap, like I'm trying to rap your head off type stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was real, you know, stick to the culture, stick to the MC aspect of it. And I ain't gonna lie, I think it was really just when like the whole auto-tune wave hit.
Okay.
I thought that was really cool. And then I say it all the time, if I had the option, like when they were creating me, to be like, hey, you want to be a good rapper, you want to be a good singer, I would like check mark the singer thing every time.
For sure.
I think, like I said, if I could sing, I'd fucking I'd you know, roll with singing versus trying to be a rapper. Yeah, that for me, I feel like that really my bad, dude. What was the question again?
When you decided to go
When
solo.
Like I said, don't mind me. See, it wouldn't be right if I didn't do that so either. Because everybody that knows me knows I'd be getting a blunt, and then I'll just ramble off and be like, hold on, my bad. What did I say? So, yeah. No, okay, my bad. Run that back.
Oh, good. Yeah. When you decided to go solo.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So I think it was just that. It was just my intrigue of like the T-Pain phase, and like whenever, then when like I thought it was cool when Lil Wayne started doing it too. I was never a big fan of his utilization of the auto-tune and stuff, but just that whole sprinkle of melody raps that came along. And then, not to be like cliche, but like I hated Drake forever, dude. Like I hated Drake. And then I think it was probably until I went through like a good breakup that I was like, I was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, I feel this. So then after that, I feel like once I really tapped more into his catalog and stuff, then it was kind of just like, I just thought it was cool, the whole mix of like the singing and the rapping. And like I said, around that time, that was like the early 2000s and stuff. So like not a lot of people were doing that. I want to say maybe like Ja Rule was like the dominant person of doing like melodic raps or like, you know, stuff like that. Yep. So then when the T-Pain wave came in and all that, I thought it was cool. And like I said, for me, and then a big influence too for me was Wiz Khalifa. Like when the whole internet wave that he had, like actually it's not just him, just that whole phase of those internet rappers like him, like Wale, who else, like Currency, like cats like that were heavy on like mixtapes.
Gotcha, yeah.
And like Tyga back in the day when he was snapping on the like Well Done mixtapes, you know, stuff like that. Like all that was cool to me. And then I was I think the variation of the beats, like not everything wasn't just like West Coast anymore, and everything wasn't just East Coast. There was like it almost felt ambiguous to me because like you couldn't really like say, hey, this beat specifically from here. It just finally started sounding like there's a big melting pot of like sounds going on now. And to me, I was like, hey, that's cool. I can rap on stuff outside of boom bap beats. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then forever it was like I was just catering to, I feel like, just that sound in my earlier years, because like I said, I just was always looking out to, oh, I'm the best rapper. I can rap better than you. Blase blase. Yeah. And then as time went on, like now I'm more of my perspective is like I want to put together a good piece of like a good record together. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So I'm not like, my main focus isn't like trying to out rap anybody on a beat. It's like trying to add the best of my sauce to that collab or to that song or whatever, and cater the best of me. Cause it's gonna, you know, if you have a good pick and a good ear, like collabs can really like piece together really nicely. Definitely.
That makes sense then. So you went from like lyrical miracle kind of style.
Yeah, no, straight up it was miracle like smorgasbord, wine with orange, like all that shit, bro. Yeah.
All right, for sure, man.
And I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I just realized when I started doing other stuff, bro, too. At the moment, my lady listeners had an increase after that, and my word of advice to anybody out there, any homies out here that are doing music, bro, cater to the ladies, bro. The ladies buy merch, the ladies support, the ladies go to shows, the ladies share links. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. I've you know, I get trying to make like music for the homeboys and all that and this and that, but it's like if you want to make some money, it's like figure out who's gonna pay, who's gonna buy the stuff, and then cater the best that you can to those people, because they'll come back, they'll support. You can build, you know, your little community with people like that.
For sure, especially with the ladies. That's kind of an untapped market, I feel like, because so many guys will listen to stuff just because a certain lady does.
Hey man, I'll keep it a buck too, bro. Like, fellas can take it how they want, man, but the ladies, I ain't never got hit up by a lady talk about, let me get a discount on this. They're just like, hey, how much is a hoodie? Send that. How much is a song? Here, send that. How much is it? Here, send that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, I got you.
That's a call.
So yeah, shout out to the ladies, man. I appreciate the support over the years, and then just everybody in general. I appreciate you guys.
For sure. Oh yeah. So how did you come up with your brands? Because I know you have Only Vibes right now. Yeah. Prior to that, I believe it was Wave. We are victorious every time.
Yeah. I don't think I have like a set formula or like a real big thing behind anything. It was just kind of, like I said, it was just transitions as an artist, just trying to figure out what felt proper, I want to say. So like now that I'm like, I feel like I'm just in my bag right now. Like as an artist, as like whatever, I'm comfortable with everything I do. I enjoy all the content I create. I don't like scrutinize it too much like I used to. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like, my bad, I'm blanking out again.
No, you're good, man. I was just wondering, how Only Vibes came about.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Okay, so yeah, it's just that, like with the Only Vibes thing, that for me was after I kind of quit pushing the wave thing. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, like I said, it just wasn't, it's just, I was searching for something that felt like that's the foundation. That's what I really want to build around. And when I stumbled across the Only Vibes concept or idea, to me, it's just that Only Vibes to me represents like who doesn't like to be happy? Who doesn't like to be in a positive atmosphere? Who doesn't like to be in uplifting thoughts? Sure. Granted, a lot of people could probably debate and be like, no, not everybody's happy. And I totally get that. Yeah. But I'm talking for the people that choose to wake up every day like, hey, I got shit to do. Hey, I'm finna make something happen. So yeah, the only vibes thing, the concept is just that I represent that group of people with that mentality. Like we come from nothing and we're gonna make something happen. Like people that go to school for years and years to get their degree. I respect that because they had a goal, they reached it, they got it. You know, people that wake up and work regular trades and daily jobs, like that's respectable too, because a lot of people are doing it because they got to support something or they got to, you know, take care of something. So it's like that. It's only vibes. It's only good stuff, only positive, only uplifted, only forward, only anything of betterment. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because it's like the world's like dark enough, bro. It's like, why the hell keep adding to that? You know what I mean? Shit. If I can persuade people to jump on this little like positive train and just, you know, hopefully one day turn it into a bigger train, and at some point it's just a big ecosystem around me. That would be cool. That's my end goal. You know what I mean? It's just to spread that, because like I said, the world, we live in a messed up world, bro, and it just seems like it gets uglier and uglier. And then for me, it's just I don't want to be a part of that. And if I can, you know, like I said, have my light somewhere amongst this darkness, and I'm gonna wave that little candle as much as I can.
Fuck yeah. All right, I fuck with that, man. Hell yeah. So, I'm curious on, I know you're a Twin Falls, Eastern Idaho artist, but you come out here to the Boise area a lot, the Southwest. How has that been for you when there was a rift for a good while between the two markets?
You know, it's funny because I never had any weird beef anywhere. Fair. Like, respectfully, I'm just gonna say this: a lot of people have online personas, and I don't know, just maybe things they feel abide by. Yeah. But in person, there's a lot of different energy when it's in person. And so for me, like I said, I never had too much beef because, actually, I'll put it like this: the people that don't like me or the people that dislike me, I feel like it's people that I didn't want to work with, or like maybe people I had a difference of opinion with, or like people I chose to not work with.
Gotcha. Okay.
But anybody that, you know, renders some kind of service, or anybody that charges for this or that, like, these are people that never speak bad about me. You know what I mean? Like, anybody I've done business with, anybody I've done music with, anybody that I create with on the constant. Yeah. Like, it's just good vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, yeah, I didn't really have a like I and then the thing too for me, it's like I never take it serious anyways, because I know for me the heart of it is just music. It's just music. Yeah. So if you're gonna get all riled up over some bars, like I said, my guy, do something else then. Figure something else out. Yeah. So yeah, no, for me, I was in Twin, I was in Boise, I was in Caldwell. I don't know, anytime I've had some weird, like, hey, you can't come here, I'm usually there, like, the next weekend or next event that's going on. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just people and their internal conflicts is peculiar. You know what I mean? But that's nothing that I have control over. So I, you know, the best, when it comes to altercations or anything like that in general, I just tend to stay neutral, because in reality, I don't have, unless I have a real stake in the issue, it doesn't concern me. So I'm just I play my part as a spectator. Fair. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else too, you know. And then unfortunately, I feel like maybe a lot of us can agree, but like, unfortunately, it seems like that's when the most attention is from the audience or the local crowds and stuff, like when people have drama or beef. Yeah. And it's just like, for what? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then I come from like, well, if there's drama and stuff, then capitalize off of it. Hey, bro, you should have a record ready. Hey, you should have a dope record ready. Hey, fucking play off of it. Yeah, y'all got beef, cool. And drop these records in the midst of it. Get some attention out of it. You know what I mean? If you're rapping, you know, but if you're just, like I said, I don't know, I have met plenty of people too that just be doing it because it's cool. Oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
And there's a lot of that, and then there's a lot of us that like I said, day in, day out, take it serious, work on our craft, try to, you know, get better. So yeah, there's a lot of oversaturation in general of artists, but then you have, like I said, a lot of people that are the hobbyist rappers that just kind of do it for fun. Yeah. And then you have like the serious artists that really, like, you know, be trying to make something out of this.
For sure. It's kind of hard sometimes to differentiate, because some of the hobby rappers will go hard in the beginning and seem like they got the dedication and the obsession, and then kind of fall off after.
Dude, local clout is a motherfucker, bro. Yeah. I've seen that so many times with people. It's a trip, because then it's just like, the reason I say that local clout is because like I've had the opportunity to be out of state and do shows or interactions with artists or engineering other people or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I've had the opportunity to have opinions on my stuff from like not non-biased perspectives where like they don't know me for a hole in the wall. Yeah. And I play them something and they're like, hey bro, this is some shit. You know what I mean? That's when I feel like for me that's enough validation that like I could be here in Idaho forever and people be like, oh that's cool. But if I leave out of state, I know I play my shit for somebody and they're like, hey that's what's up, bro. Like this is dope. Like that's enough for me to keep doing 30 more songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your shit's marketable within further markets, not just here.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. How would you define success as an artist then? Something along those lines, like how you're marketable in different markets? Or?
Bro, to me that's easy. Are you happy? Are you enjoying yourself?
Shit, okay.
That's it, dude. I don't know. I feel like for me, the older I get in life, I feel like I am becoming more of a hermit. So I like to spectate more than talk.
Yeah.
And I, as cliche as that sounds, I learned once I just kind of started to shut the fuck up more and just peep game.
Yeah.
Life kind of got way easier. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A big thing that I learned over the years is not everything deserves a reaction. And that took a lot of time for me to, and a lot of, hand on the stove situations for me to realize that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cause yeah.
I think a big part of that too is probably the Mexican culture too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pride thing. Like you can't let somebody talk on you or this or that or disrespect you, so you got to react. And
mm-hmm. And it's like and like I said too, and then back to the rap aspect, like oh they're dissing you, oh they're talking shit, oh blah blah blah, you know what I mean? So and then it takes like I said, that either you could be the person that gets riled up and like all in your feelings, like yeah, or you could be the one that's like, oh yeah, get in your feelings, but in the sense of like, okay, well I'm gonna get in the booth.
Yeah.
Watch this. I got something for you too.
Yeah, definitely make some bucks off of it if you can, or get some plays off of it.
Yeah.
How do you balance your time? I'm sure it's a little easier now that you're working for yourself, but prior when you were working and things like that, how would you balance your time? Any tips for upcoming artists on that?
Like for what? For doing music?
Yeah, for mixing in music within your personal life and work life and this and that.
I feel like this is I don't know, that's a interesting one for me because I feel like
I'm curious with you because for me personally, like I have children and stuff, so it's a little bit tighter. But with yours, you have that freedom without kids.
Okay, actually, let me break it down like this. And for somebody who's single, with no like real concrete like priorities of stuff they gotta abide to before their luxuries and their personal endeavors.
Yeah. For
somebody like that, myself, I feel like if you do music, if you create, that should not be an issue. You should be able to create whenever, whatever, because that's what you said you do.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, maybe for example, like, I watched this documentary on Kobe one time and they were just explaining how that dude literally just lived in the gym.
Yeah.
Like shooting shots, enough to the point where it's like you learn to break down the science of like, hey, I'm going to shoot this specific way every time and it's going to sink. But it took you that time to figure it out. You know what I mean? So for me as a single person with no, like I said, no major priority in life that I got to handle, I can incorporate music whenever. The only time I don't is like when I'm just not one of those. I'm envious sometimes of the people that can create during like hardships or like heartaches or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I personally can't, because if I'm all fucked up, I'm just fucked up. Leave me alone. Like, don't show me no beats. I don't care. Whatever. I'm smoking a joint, minding my business.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shut down.
You want to wallow for a bit.
Yeah. So that's my perspective on that. And granted, everybody's situation is different. Some people might have a bunch of jobs or different life situations. Everybody's situation is different. And then just there's people, with kids and families and stuff like that. But my perspective on that doesn't change a whole lot, because I also have friends who are family, have families and have kids and the whole nine, and I still see them putting in, time. Like they be recording, they're making beats, they're creating, they're still doing their shit.
Hell yeah.
So I feel like I feel like if it's just, I guess in a more simple form, if you're really about something, if it really matters something to you, you're gonna make time. You're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the local music scene now versus when you entered it? Like, how has it grown, changed?
It definitely changed. I feel like the internet changed everything though.
Yeah.
And then I definitely, when I was first starting out, I want to say that it just felt like there was more of a, it felt more supportive. Back in the day, I felt like people used to come out to the shows a lot more, and like,
Gotcha.
you know, like it wasn't as hard to try to sell a ticket or like an event, because people were just kind of looking to like, hey, what do you guys got going on next? Like, you know, we want to come out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also, and you know, people can take it how they want, but I feel like the caliber of artists out here has kind of like diluted a little bit over the times. Like, but not just here, just music in general. Like, it got easier to make music, and then everybody and their mom started making music, and then you got an oversaturation of, you know, people and this and that. But also there's plenty of new cats, you know, that I think are dope, that be doing their thing, and that like push a dope pen and got like, you know, got flow, got character, have plenty potential. So I guess I don't have like a simple answer for that other than like it's changing, and I don't think it's gonna stop changing. Cause really too, we're not even in a dominant like hip hop area or anything like that.
No, we're not. We're Idaho.
Yeah, all these years, it's whatever like scene we've had here has just been like whoever's been trying to contribute and people contributing, and just, you know, the little ecosystem of artists and their supporters and everything that like give a fuck. You know, that's kept that relevant, I think. But yeah, it's like, it's just my opinion is just it's just changing. And like I said, I've just learned I'm not against it nor with it nor whatever. I'm just the person that's in the bleachers is just enjoying the show. You know what I mean? And if I like something, I'll jump in and enjoy some of it in a more closer aspect.
Okay. Oh yeah. Excuse me. So how do you decide what artists you do and don't work with? Like, is there a criteria for you and specific amount of followers, anything like that?
Bro, honestly, to keep it a buck, the way that I collab with people, if I don't fuck with you like in real life, like just as a person, I don't care if you're like the dopest rapper or not. Like, if I can't vibe with you, bro, there's no point in trying to create a vibe, because you can't force vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as my criteria though, probably people that just kind of have similar work ethic to me, people that are consistent, people that like, I definitely love people that push a pen, and what I mean by that is just people that put some dexterity into their approach on music, or their flow, or their style, or like whatever. Like,
Gotcha.
I enjoy versatility. So, and then also too, I don't reach out to people to get random collabs. That's one thing about me. I'll say that if I reach out to you, I'm saying this right now, 100%. I've got your music in my playlist. I listen to it. I could probably name you a song or two that I like specific to that artist or whatever.
Yeah.
And then cause like for me, it's just like, I don't see no point in working with somebody that don't actually fuck with me. Like, what's that fake camaraderie shit, like that fake unity shit. I'm not with any of that. And there's a lot of it. I've encountered a lot of it. And then, so the few real connections that I've built through the midst of that, it's been off that. It's just people that are constantly creating, people that could care, like, same as me. Like, the drama pops off. We're just like, hey, grab some popcorn and see what it
just
is.
check it out.
Yeah, hey, I'll see you at the studio later. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. So it's just, my criteria is not too crazy. It's just people that I respect as a person, or respect as an artist. And like I said, I have to feel or know that it's mutual for me to even be reaching out. Cause I mean, I'm at the point too where like, if I don't fuck with you, bro, I can respectively tell you that too. Like, hey bro, like, you know, I know you don't rock with me. We don't rock with each other. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
You know, best of luck. Keep it gravy, keep it kosher, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause like I said, at the end of the day, it's just music, bro. It's not that deep to be having like real beef with anybody or anything like that. It's like, nah, bro, we're athletes, getting better, shooting shots. We're in the gym. Yeah. You're going to take a couple elbows. You know what I mean?
For sure, you got to expect it. Take it all with a grain of salt. So, since we're talking about artists and, you know, how you picked them and this and that, I'm curious on your top 5 local and top 5, like, in general, overall.
Man, that one's hard. And it's funny because I heard the other interviews you did. When you asked this, I was actually trying to compile my list. And it's kind of hard for me because, like I said, I've got to the point where I don't feel like I have any fake ties with anybody or any like quote unquote beneficial ties.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, all the people I work with and rock with, they're like solid people that, like I said, over time. So I'm not gonna say I have a top 5 list, but I have like a favorites list of people I like to work with.
That's
you
fair.
know what I mean? How about that? So I'd say definitely right off the top, man, my boy AC. That's my guy. We got plenty of records. He's pretty much like blueprinted like 80% of like my latest sound, like Ratchet Pack. He did that album for me.
Shit, yeah.
He just like every time I hit him up for something, he's just like, he doesn't miss. I'm like, hey, I kind of need something like this, and boom, I got something in my inbox the next day, and it's just on point, like, you know what I mean? So we got a cool relationship, artist to artist wise. Let's see, Ace Flow. I think Ace Flow is dope. He's consistent. He's on his shit, man. 99.9. You know what I mean? Shout out the homie. Also too, I tapped in. He got me right on a grill. Got me icy.
Oh shit!
I felt like a real rapper after that. So shout out, shout out my boy Ace Flow. Go get you one if you ain't got one. He'll get you right.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Higher Thinking, bro. Shout out my boy Higher, bro. I've known him for a fat minute. And I want to say it's definitely been a pleasure watching him like elevate and like just really like become like this beast of an artist that that he is now.
Yeah.
And just watching him, he's been dope. And then same thing with him, bro, too. He pushes a cool vibe. Like I like the whole like, love yourself, like positive, like energy stuff that he pushes. Like I think that shit's dope. I rock with that. Let's see. He's not really an artist, but I want to say shout out my boy Sherm. He's super dope on the beats, and he just started recently kicking his shit too over his beats and stuff. But ever since I met him, bro, he's always showed mad love. And same thing with him. I hit him for a beat or some production, and he's like, "Yeah, I got you." You know what I mean? And same thing, he don't miss. I asked for some, he's super on point with it.
Hell yeah.
Aside from that, bro, I recently had the pleasure to sit down and meet Tony G.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
Tony's super dope, bro. Like I said, I think I've been friends with him on social media for like ever. And we got a chance to recently, I did a show that he invited me on for the Rapper Harvest Fest.
Yeah.
And shout out the Rapper Store as well. The homie Mac Dillon and them. They were the ones that hosted it down at their spot. But yeah, I've seen him. He's been on his hustle, bro. Like, fucking smart dude, bro. Just a real smart dude. I got to chop it up with him a couple times, and he's great vibes, bro. So I'm excited to see what he has up his sleeve, because it's been cool to watch him make his moves. Another person I recently got to meet was that I'm pretty invested in him as an artist now, is the homie Poonts.
Okay, yeah. Poonts.
Yeah, shout out the homie Poonts, man. I had a chance to sit down with him too, and like I said, it was cool because all these people, I got a chance to sit with them before we even made music. So like we got a chance to like sit and chop it up and just talk some life, and it was cool that we shared a lot of similar perspectives on a lot of stuff.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and then, if I left anybody out, it's not anything personal. It's just, these are probably the people I've recently tapped in with. Also my boy, Gameface. Shout out to Gameface, bro. We got some dope shit in the mix. We got a little like collab project that we've been working on. Something just real hustle heavy for the smokers, good heavy vibes. But yeah, shout out to the homie. We got a project coming up soon. But yeah, these are just people that, like I said, I can't give you a top 5 list because I really don't have one.
Fair.
But I have, like I said, that's a list of recent people that I really enjoyed working with. Also shout out the homie Jay Dixon. Okay. We just got one in super dope too. Again, shout out my boy OK Deli on the beat. He sent me something and I was like, cool, I got the perfect homie for this. Hit him up. He hit me with a verse like pretty quick after that. So
shit. Yeah, I seen he just dropped was it In the Streets?
Keep It Street. Yeah. Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah, he just dropped. So yeah, go check him out. He's dope. Like I said, all these artists that I mentioned, I personally would recommend going to check them out. Like, they have plenty of content in their catalog, because that's also another thing too. Actually, I just remembered, catalog. Yeah. I like working with people. I'm not saying that it makes it a thing or not, but I enjoy working with people who have catalogs, because then when we link and create something, then cool. The people that enjoyed our collab, let's say if somebody's inclined enough and they liked me as the feature, they might want to go check out some of my stuff. Cool part is that I have like 30 songs to check out. You don't have to like all 30, but I know for a fact you're gonna like 1 or 2 songs, and that's good enough for me, because then you're gonna at least circle back and maybe check out the other ones. Those songs will grow on you, you know. So vice versa with the collab or featured artist. If they're dope and they come and they sauce and they do their thing, and it's a mutual like respect and pushing of the project and stuff, then you know, it's like that little domino effect that could go for the greater, you know. When what, like another ping pong thing to that, it's like once people put their ego in their pocket a little bit, man, there's like dope shit that can flourish out of that.
Oh shit, okay, hell yeah. Yeah, shit, that one song might lead them to adding you to their playlist, and
see, and I've had people too where they're like, oh, I don't like to collab with people for that same reason, because they're like, oh, they're gonna steal my fans.
Oh shit,
that shit to me is so corny, because in reality, like I said, it doesn't make sense to me, because I mean, you can't really steal somebody's fans. I mean, even if, let's say you're working with a real established artist who has a real fan base, you can't steal anything. All you're gonna do is garnish a new avenue or a new lane of people that might have not heard you, and then be like, oh hey. And then I stress this, if you're actually dope and consistent and have content for people to backtrack and be like, oh hey, you know, let me check stuff out, then you know you're in the clear, you're in the good. But a lot of people don't have, you know, a lot of people have like 1 or 2 good songs, and then you go to like, I know it happens to me all the time, because I hear it all the time. I'll hear somebody and I'm like, hey, this is fire, you know, maybe like via TikTok or online or Instagram or whatever.
Gotcha.
And then I go to look for them, and they got like just those 2 songs. And then I'm like, oh damn. So then I guess my like, my intrigue like dismays that quick, because it's like, well, you didn't even have nothing else for me to check out when I wanted to hopefully see something else or hear something else. So then when I don't, it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. You know, on to the next artist and stuff. But like I said, you run into somebody that's dope. I don't know, like Russ, for example.
Okay.
His whole mentality, his vibe, dude, I super respect it, super fucks with it, because it makes a lot of sense to me, because I feel like I create in a similar manner of like, I have a bunch of it and I'm not gonna run out, so here, boom.
Yeah, no, you're always dropping.
Well, and like I said, for me, it's like back to like I said, it's just I've had plenty of songs that didn't do nothing, bro, that like, I don't know, got 20 plays or some shit. I still dropped some more shit the next day, you know. And then I've had songs that had hella plays. Again, shout out the homie Game Face, and shout out J Tree. We just had a video, What I Want, that hit over 100K on YouTube. You know what I mean? So that's cool too, because then it's like, then we got stuff like that too. And for me, I just always keep the hope that in the back of my mind, like the one day that somebody goes to like snoop for like artists, and you know, not saying in specific Idaho, but if they do and they stumble across me anywhere on the internet land out there, they're going to click on some shit and be like, oh, this is kind of cool, or not. Or the people that are intrigued, they're going to be like, well, let me check out what else you got. And then cool, you click on my shit and boom. There's a whole buffet for you, my guy.
Of all different flavors.
Like, take your pick, because I got plenty of vibes, you know what I mean? Like, take your pick, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's definitely important, having especially a mix of sounds, not just the same thing over and over and over, because, you know, people's attention spans pretty short nowadays, especially like with TikTok, Instagram, Reels, all that.
Bro, short content is crazy now, because actually it's funny to me, because I've caught myself in it too, that like I don't even like watching long content stuff anymore. Like I'm kind of like conditioned now into like the short clip stuff, the like quick content, like Reels and stuff like that. Like I definitely do. It's exhausting if you're trying to keep up with trends and stuff. It's a lot of exhausting, like tedious work. Because I want to say, I same thing for me as an artist. I just come from like, I just want to make dope shit and like word of mouth.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
Like, if my ideal situation, if I could just create music and just put it out there for people to enjoy and just like do a show here and there, like that'd be cool for me. You know what I mean? But like you're in a like I said, now we're in this overpopulated like street. So the way I look at it, it's like everybody's on the Vegas Strip, and everybody's like, hey, here's my CD, but on the internet, you know, like here's a link, you know.
So you got to climb a pole a little bit, stand out.
Yeah. See, and then definitely too, I used to always be against the whole like pay to play thing, but like the music industry, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
You want to get some visibility, you want to get some traction, some whatever. You have to invest. You have to Because I know a lot of people do the whole, well, I ain't gonna pay. Bro, I get that because I used to be like that too. I ain't gonna pay. But then, like, the few opportunities that I chose to, like, take a chance or risk, I totally saw the benefits of paying to play. Because, unfortunately, that's just the way the system works. Everything has politics. And if you think music doesn't come with politics, then I don't know where you've been. You know what I mean? Because that's a major place of politics and stuff. And so, like I said, and then a lot of things, too, I feel like opportunities come the way you carry yourself. Yeah. A lot of people, I feel like, don't know how to interact. So they're just used to being the artist or the tough guy or the whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel like once you get in that mentality of like learning how to be personable, learning how to interact with people, learning how to like expand and not just be like one-sided, you know, like then that flourishes more opportunities, or that brings, you know, opportunities to like bigger connections or like, you know, whatever. But like, I feel like you get what you put in too. You know what I mean? Sure. So if you're going to be like always complaining like, hey, I don't get support and I dropped this music and nobody's listening. Like if you're constantly like that, I feel like the audience is at some point going to be like, dude, quit crying. Like, shut the fuck up.
No, bro. It gets annoying.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then like shout out to the people that fuck with me. Cause I feel like a lot of the stuff I do, people fuck with me. And I think that's super dope. Cause I reciprocate back to the people who support me as much as I can. Like, you know, like this, that song, actually, What I Want, when I put that out, I was like, hey, I'm going to sell this directly, and just have people hit me on Cash App and Venmo and stuff. And I was like, and then I'm going to do a raffle. And then so I can give like $100 of that back to somebody. You know what I mean? So it went great. I generated like a great little like, pocket of cash for that, paid some bills, and then was able to give some money back to somebody. And to me, that was cool because it was like, you know, it's like at the end of the day, I don't need the money, dude. I don't do music for money. I'd like to get to that, you know, situation where I wake up and I'm just writing my name on some checks because, you know, the verse cleared or, you know, something like that. That'd be ideal, I feel like, for everybody that makes music. But it's not what fuels me. It's not what keeps me going. For me, it's just the, like, you know, if I could help somebody out or like put some game somewhere else and somebody can do something, like, I think, you know, that's cool. Like, there's knowledge and power, and then also, but where's the power in it if you don't spread it? You know, if you don't share it.
True. You know? You're just sitting on top of a mountain of treasure for nothing.
Exactly. You could just be sitting there telling yourself and nobody else that you have this bucket of coins, and it's like, so what's the real value in that? Like, I don't care. I'd rather sit in a group with 10 people and everybody's got a coin, because then we can all go back and be like, hey, check this out. And essentially, in my head, I like to think that those 10 people can bring their own set of 10 people. So when you come back, you got 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 100 people that came back. You know what I mean? And it started with one person that just decided to be like, hey, check this out. Y'all can do it too. And if you figure it out, by all means, please go show somebody else. You know what I mean? And I feel like when I was first doing music when I was younger, dude, I feel like a lot of people had a very crab in a bucket mentality. Like, nobody wanted to like share the info and share like knowledge or like share some sauce. And like now for me, I try to be opposite of that as much as possible. Anytime I see somebody hungry, like dedicated, like with potential, I'm always down to be like, hey bro, check this out. And, you know, people don't ever have to take my advice or pointers or nothing, but I like to play my part to be like, hey, check this out, or here's just some info, you know, here's some background, you know. So if somebody, like I said, if somebody could figure out something better than the last person, then hey, by all means, dude. Because I'm a big believer in, like, if one day somebody out of here really like takes off, whoever the fuck is looking for other people here, they're gonna find a few select people out here that are active and that, like I said, are dedicated, or like really like, you know, push their craft or, you know, on their shit, and it's gonna be good for everybody. And then the cool part for me, I'm in cahoots with and collabs with a lot of those dope people that I personally feel they have plenty of potential to be that person to pop off. And then, like I said, the cool part is I fuck with a lot of people, and then it's vice versa, and it's mutual respect, and it's the same thing. We all see the bigger picture. I'd like to believe that everybody I fuck with, they do the same thing that I would. If I ever got that plateau, bro, I'd turn back and be like, here's my dude that does beats, this is my homie that does the videos, this is the homie, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just a whole slew of people that I could be like, bro, look, you found me, but bam, you just found this whole dope corner of the room, because I rock with all these solid-ass people. You know what I mean?
It's like, so instead of the whole crab in the bucket thing, it's more like the thing that I can think of is Finding Nemo, when all those fish are stuck in the net and they start working towards pushing down. Like, working towards the same goal to, you know, reach that.
Yeah,
and
well,
that's what a lot of us need to do.
I feel like There's a lot of because I've been in situations too where I've been in like crews and like groups and stuff like that, and you can't have 5 Michael Jordans on the same team.
Shit, no, that's fair enough. Yeah,
you know, you can't have 5 Michael Jordans on the same team because everybody is gonna be fighting for that. I want the Michael Jordan attention. I want the Michael Jordan promo. I want the, you know what I mean? So I feel like when people can learn to play like a position or like contribute like in the better facet of their ability, then somebody could pop off. Like let's say somebody had like a whole machine behind them, like and there is people out here like that too, which is cool. You know what I mean? Shout out to the people out here that are already kind of established in a situation like that. Where you have like a whole, like I said, you got a whole team behind you, and like I'm a big believer in there's a power in number. You know, so definitely. if there's, like I said, there's a whole team function getting it cracking for one artist, I'm in the percentage that is gonna be clapping, hoping that person takes off or accomplishes what they're trying to, you know, accommodate to or whatever. But yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Oh, 1 second, we got to pause here. All right, we're back.
And we're back.
Hell yeah, had a slight technical issue.
Nah, I'm over here fucking up. He's just
So we left off on what you'd be doing if you never got into music. You thought possibly in trouble, probably doing nada.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, you got any tips or tricks with your mixing, since you do engineering, for upcoming artists that might be engineering their own work?
Don't be afraid to ask for input.
Oh, shit.
Don't be afraid of criticism. I say that because I personally had to take myself out of those shoes. Because I know I was at a point where I felt like I was doing these tremendous mixes, and if somebody told me something different, I wouldn't say it then, but I low-key would like let it fester, and I'd be like, nah, man, like this dude's tripping. He don't even do music. Like, you know, blah, 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 like that little, you know.
Yeah, I've been there.
But really, I feel like, because like I said, I had to gauge it back to like, hey, I'm in a circle of people that I respect. Yeah. So when I'm showing somebody, it's somebody who like I said, in my head, I have a respect for what they do. So I would assume that it makes sense for them to critique me however they are, because I came to them to be like, hey, break this down for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I had to get out of that mentality of that, like I said, just thinking everything I did was correct or the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be to you know, the way you do it is not always 100% the way to do it. There could be plenty different ways, plenty different approaches, plenty different angles, plenty of different perspectives. So my advice would be that, other than literally dedicate yourself to it, like how bad do you want it? You know what I mean? Like, how bad do you want to figure out how to do that? How bad do you want to be that engineer that, or whatever you saw that sparked your initial, like, hey, I want to be that, like, you know what I mean? How bad do you want that to happen? So it's like, also it's like a Mexican thing, like show me your ganas, like, you know, like, that really, you know, feels a lot of things. Like, your ganas will get you to a lot of places and to a lot of stuff. So yeah, my advice is, you know, really apply yourself if that's what you're wanting to do and learn. And then same thing, learn to be open-minded, like, because not everybody's gonna like everything you do, and that's okay. Yeah. You know, because like I said, I feel like a lot of people get super stern on that, like, nah, man, I'm completely right, and it's like, you're right to an extent, just like I'm right to an extent, just like whoever third person that comes in with an opinion is right to an extent as well. Fair. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, just learn to. There's a bigger table than the small plate we tend to just sometimes hyper focus on. You know what I mean? Like, we get stuck on the little plate, but it's like, hey, this plate's on this big old table. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get a good look at the whole table. You know what I mean? Because there's plenty of different cool shit you might have like not even been paying attention to.
Shit, yeah, okay. So what's next in store for Skilly Waves? Are you pivoting outside of just rap itself? You were just mentioning singing a little.
Oh no, so singing. No, I've just, like I said, once I figured out how to T-paint it in the studio, that's where I get like my fun stuff. I have plenty of projects. I have a bunch of projects actually. Excuse me. I'm gonna be piecing together. The one that I'm like hype on right now is I've been slowly piecing together a Spanish album.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I have some stuff for that cooking up. And I recently just, man, I got this fire Spanish collab, bro. I really think I got like the one out of this state as far as like solid ass like Spanish verses on there, and from all the artists delivered.
Yeah.
Shout out to Punce, shout out to Trigger Flores, and shout out to Conquest. I reached out to all them for a Spanish verse, and everybody just sauced the hell out of this track. It's called Ganas, so I'm excited for once I get that wrapped up. But the Spanish project I'm working on, it's actually like my little like flip on El Chavo del Ocho.
Okay.
But I'm gonna call it El Chavo del Eight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So and then so for anybody that knows who that is, it's a cool little flip for me on that, and it's it's not like a concept album or nothing. It's just, to me, it was just like, hey, like the little homie from this area, and this is the kind of music he likes to listen to or whatever. So most of the songs on there are just like, like mellow tracks, vibey tracks, smoke tracks, like hype, like, energy tracks. Just a good little mix of stuff. But for me, like the bigger effort on there is it's going to be fully in Spanish, and I've never done an album like that. I've done a record here and there. I've done plenty of verses. But yeah, it's going to be fully front to back, like all Spanish. So I'm excited for that. Cause yeah, shout out to everybody that supports the Spanish drops I do. I feel like I get a lot of like, support when I've done Spanish records and stuff. So I'm excited for that, cause I'll definitely have, videos in the works and everything like that. So yeah, aside from that, then I have another album that I'm just piecing together, and it's just a bunch of collabs that I have with just like a shitload of people. So I kind of want to challenge Mr. Ace Flow, because I think in his interview he said he's probably got the most collabs in the state. So I kind of want to, maybe if we ever want to sit down and make a list of shit, I think that would be fun, because I think I might give him a good little run.
I'll have you guys come on. We'll do it live.
And it's dope too, because shout out to him. We got plenty of collabs too. I'm finally going to start dropping some of the stuff I've had in the vault with him and I. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun 2023. I'm gonna say that, because yeah, probably all these like little projects that I have, I'm gonna kind of like lace them up, wrap them up, get them like all how I want to get them. And then probably just start dropping all of them top of the year. If not, for sure, I'll definitely drop something in next month, just to, cause I don't know. I'm just like that. I don't have like a set, like, hey man, like, are you dropping? Are you not? I'm just always dropping.
For sure.
And like I said, I'm just in the habit of like, if people listen to it, fuck yeah. If people don't listen to it, oh well.
Yeah.
Like whatever. I'm gonna drop another one. I'm gonna keep doing it, cause for me, I can purely say I like to rap and create, bro, cause I like to do it. I really, nothing wrong with the people that want to do it for the applause and all that, but I don't need the applause. I applaud for myself every time I get something done. And, I'm happy. I'm having fun. Cause back to when you asked what's success, that is success to me when I'm in the studio and I'm having a good ass time creating my little whatever I'm doing. Like, to me, I'm successful because I can sit there and I know how to run the board. I know how to sauce my vocals how I want them to sound. I know how to whatever. So yeah, I'm content. I'm happy. I'm having a good time.
Shit, yeah. That's what's up, man. So where can people check out your work and follow you?
You literally can find me on everything and anything. Just type in Skilly Waves, and I am the only artist that pops up under that name. Another thing too, like I guess just to maybe add a little bit more, elaborate.
Yeah.
Another advice for upcoming people. Not saying, hey, go like super figure out a name, but like I feel like uniqueness that goes a long way. Like, there's nothing wrong with the littles and the this and that and typical whatever monikers for people's names and stuff like that, but originality, like I said, some uniqueness, things like that tend to stick out, because when you're thumbing through stuff, sometimes shit like that'll pop out. I like to believe when somebody reads Skilly Waves, they might be like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And here, let me check it out real quick. And then, like I said, I got enough shit that you could skip through some shit, and then and I know I work with enough dope producers that the beats, somebody's beat's gonna catch you, and then after that, all I gotta do is you just let me sauce your ear a little bit, and we're Gucci.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. A nice, unique, original name will help you command those Google results.
Yeah.
You get that first page and
it's like stand out. You know what I mean? Because it's like, keep in mind, it's like you're not the only person trying to be a rapper.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's you and like 3,000 other people on the same little increment of the internet as you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then if you size it up like that, like, you're like this tiny dot. you know, with plenty of people that are better and plenty of people that are not as good and plenty of people that are at your same level. It's just a big mix of stuff. Yeah. How are you going to stick out? Or what are you going to do to be more intriguing or, you know, more original or just, I don't know, more interesting?
Yeah. You're a drop of water in a river, basically. It's just constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
Any message for your fans specifically?
For my fans, actually, I just be dope, be a good person. That shit goes a long way, and I think that statement is very underrated. And that I feel like just however that lands for you, just be a good person. The karmic system out there pays it back like tenfold. I promise you.
Oh yeah. All right, before we get out of here, man, I got a couple things I wanted to bring up.
Shoot.
So, first thing, beef with AC. So I know you all are hella cool now, but I heard way AC. Back.
Fuck AC.
I heard way back y'all had a little thing. He dissed you or something like that.
Oh man, that's funny. I think that was like, excuse me, that was like, yo, shout out Uber Chiefs. They got me real good with these Panda Puffs.
Hell yeah.
But I think it was just like our naive, like teenager rap egos.
Yeah.
That was the fuel for that. But my actual beef, I actually have a beef with him, so when you get him on here, you can grill him about it. But my actual beef is I actually live with this motherfucker. So we actually lived together for a little minute, and it was funny because, this is why I have beef. This is why whenever he wants his fucking epic You Got Served dance battle, like I keep calling his punk ass out for it, he can come get this footwork. But,
hell yeah.
But, we literally, bro, it's funny because this is why I know, like I said, it's like if I don't fuck with you as a person, like we just probably won't do music.
Yeah.
But this is why, you know, like, this is why he's my dude. But fuck him. But it's cause we, like, literally our studios were situated. I had my studio in the room under, and this house was like a 2-level house.
Yeah.
Literally in the room right above me, his studio was right there. And the funniest shit is we'd hardly, commute. Like, I'd be up there hardly here and there, cause him and his lady would be up there and whatnot, you know what I mean? Their personal space and all that. But, so yeah, for me, it's always like, motherfucker, you live right here. Let me get a verse real quick. So, nah, this motherfucker would get cozy on the couch with his lady, and then it was out. Then this motherfucker was AC, always cozy. But yeah, nah. Me and AC, we got beef. I actually have like a whole EP of diss records that I'm gonna have coming his way, so hopefully he's ready for that, and if not, he's gonna get these bars. And like I said, when I see him, he's gonna get this dance battle too. I got a bag ready. As soon as he wants to square off, we're good to go.
Oh yeah, we gotta put that on the live for sure. We need to check that shit out.
Yeah, he don't want to see me. I'm in these streets.
So one more beef, well, two technically. I had seen. Was watching the drama when it popped off way back when. I don't know if it was serious or not, but I'm curious about how it popped off with Touche and B-Shook. I know those two took shots at you.
You know, hey, it's the same thing. I'm gonna say this every time. I love beef. I love rap. Fucking anything.
Yeah.
But still to this day, I'm waiting for somebody to like. If you're gonna take, here's my thing. If you're gonna take shots, bro, like give me something like. I don't care for like the audience perspective. Like if you as a artist, as a rapper, whatever, you feel like you had one up on me, then motherfucker show me on the beat.
Yeah.
Out rap me, bar me up, like have me listen to it like, oh shit, this motherfucker rapping. Because I get excited. I get hype off shit like that because then I want to run back in the booth and be like, what's up? Hold on. You got a 3-point? Cool, I got a 4-point. Check me out.
Shit,
you know what I mean? It's like, so I get hyped for shit like that. That thing with that incident in general, it's funny because we don't have any actual beef. Shout out B-Shook. I don't have any actual beef with him. Touche, I don't know if he's even still doing music, but you know, whatever his personal endeavors are now, you know, best of luck to that little guy. But for me, it was just, I was bored and I just felt like calling somebody out.
Okay.
And that's all it was. And like I said, shout out to Shook because he responded. He did his thing, you know, whatever. And then that's why I didn't, like I said, that's why I didn't keep it going or nothing. It was like, I dropped the record. He responded. I didn't feel like it enticed me to want to reply back.
Gotcha.
You know, and that's all it was, respectfully. And like I said, cause let's say if, somebody, like, I don't know, somebody random just tomorrow decides to like bar me up for like a good 24 and he's just, you know what I mean? Like just saucing. I'm not going to be the one to get mad. I'm going to keep listening to it. And then I'm going to be like, cool, give me like, I'm going to find a beat or I'm going to hop on the same beat. And here, I'll serve you a reply too, bro. Cause like I said, it's just music. It's just rap. So yeah, no, there was never, and in general, even on future endeavors, on my side, it's never beef. Fair. It's never beef. Okay. Like, it's like I said, for me, I'm down with the whole, like, hey, we're practicing and I'm shooting my shots, minding my business. If you come into my court, you better fucking have your game on point, because this is what I do. Yep. This is what you caught me doing. This is what you disrupted me doing. So just know I'm in rhythm. You know what I mean? I'm in rhythm. So as soon as you pop and you shoot, I'm right behind it with 3. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, I like that. Like I said, I feel like music got soft because there was no competitiveness no more. Cause I feel like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. and if you got a bunch of dope artists trying to outdo the other one by elevating the music or trying to make better, music or whatever, just trying to, you know, put the umph in it or put pressure, step on people's necks, like however you want to put it. I enjoy the fuck out of that. Shit. Because it brings me to that wanting to go sit in the studio and be like, all right, cool. I'm in the mix too. Like, shit. You know what I mean? Let me dust my shoulders off real quick. You know
Hell yeah. So I think you just put a open target on your back there with that, though.
Bro, I don't care. Here's my thing, too. I don't care. If somebody got something to say, that's Gucci, bro. You don't like me, that's cool. Say it on the record, bro. I don't care. And like I said, if I feel enticed enough or, like, inspired enough, I'm on your ass right after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right.
And then, like I said, if you're really an artist about it and then we run into each other in person and we talk about it and laugh, super fucking dope, because that's the whole point. You know what I mean? You said you could shoot better. You shot better, or I shot better, whatever the case was, and we could be adults and see each other in person and be men and be like, hey, that was dope, hey, cool, dap, props, kudos, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Yep. That shit's gonna elevate everything else, you know what I mean? Once, like I said, you can take out the little, like, whiny feelings about it, that it's like, bro, you said you're a rapper, you signed up for this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you saying I have a target on my back, that's cool, bro. I don't care, because like I said, I sit in a corner of the room anyway, so what's up? Fair. Like, I got replies, I got rebuttals, let's get it.
Oh yeah. All right, man. I think we'll call it there. Appreciate you coming out.
I appreciate you, sir.
Before we shut it off, do want to make this announcement. Skilly and I actually got a track dropping tomorrow with his interview when the audio drops, which will be today, actually, technically. So when people hear this, it'll be today. It'll be out on Spotify, all platforms. Can't Get Enough. Mm-hmm. Skilly Waves, the main artist on there. I just produced the track. So check that out. Give him a follow. Check out all his work. Thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate having you on.
I appreciate the invite. Everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed a little bit of perspective. And then to all the rappers out there, I hope you just rap. That's pretty much it, man. And if you need beats, holler at me. I'll get you connected with the right guys. Shout out to I-Konick. I appreciate the invite again. And yeah, man. Just keep it rocking and rolling.
Chit chat. Have a good night, everybody.
They don't put work like me. They ain't in the dirt like me. They don't get the hurt like me. They don't put in work like me. Yeah, they don't put in work like me. Check the receipts. They ain't in the dirt like me. Check the receipts. They don't get the hurt like me. Check the receipts. They don't put in work like me.
Hey, young and I'm reckless, you old and defective. High perspective, precise like there's ice on the lenses. Birth in the trenches, you playing the benches. From buckets to benches, I'm hopping the fences. BDE, bitch, I'm tremendous like Dennis the Menace. My vengeance is endless, persistence, stress.
They can't match me. Nah, they can't even catch up to me. Such a sharp with the cutlery. Clocking out how they gon' fuck with me. 10,000 hours with keys and bars. Hoes mad, they can see us more. I own the building, you can keep the floor. Hunt your deli, you can sweep the floor. Peep the score, we 3 up, we 2 up. Windows down, I pull up, all gas and no brakes. I pull up, I'm full up. Throw in the 2 up.